All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Angry Fans Entertainment Edition. It's your boy Afro, and with me I got the boy Silky. How you doing today, man?
Pesos checking in. How you guys doing? How you doing, PJ? Stop you right there, but let's go.
I forgot we're getting rid of the Silky altogether.
Yes.
Let's go with Pesos.
Thank you, but it's okay. We're back. It's been a while.
It has been. It's been a fun July, man, but I'm ready to get back into the grind. You know, there's a lot of things we have to catch up on, a lot of very entertaining things. The last video I did by myself. It was an unboxing video. That's where I got the Black Bulls banner behind me. That's where I got this t-shirt from. Let me get this out of the way.
That's where you made that announcement.
Yes. I recently got engaged. It's a beautiful
Congratulations.
thing. Congrats. Thank you. Now to have a baby. That's next. Playing catch up with you, man.
Step by step.
But I wanted to start this video off with an unboxing, and I've actually had this for a little over a week and a half now, so I have not opened it. It is still perfectly sealed. I want you to see that. I know what's in it because it's not a surprise box. It's items that I ordered from a website called Chalice Collectibles. Now, the reason why this Buff Chopper pop is here, it's a collector's item. You know, they send it to you in these little pop kits. Protectors, you know, they help you out. They have all special edition pops there, so where you can get glow in the dark, exclusives, all different types. And as you can see, I'm a huge Funko Pop collector, and once I saw I can get an exclusive One Piece pop, especially of my boy Tony Chopper. You can't see the hat above me, but you know, TTC is my guy. You know, if I could name my future son Tony Chopper, I would, but that's frowned upon in my wife's mind. You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Get a boat already.
What'd you say?
I said, get a boat already. You want to be a pirate so bad.
Bro, if I could, I would, bro. I would love to live out on sea. 100%. That would be the fucking way to go. But no, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and open up this. I'm going to go ahead and put this one away. Part of the reason I wanted to have you in this and not do it by myself is because one of the pops in here is for you, bro. I got you a gift.
Oh.
Yep. And for people who were watching this, he had no idea I was going to get him a gift. This is all a surprise. So you're going to get his first reaction with my reaction to this. And so I'm very excited about this. All right, let's go ahead and open this up.
It's very sneaky.
So I will say, I'm a sneaky fuck.
It's
I will say Chalice Collectibles, you know, from what I've seen from them, they have nothing but great reviews. I was really worried about this. I actually placed this order back in February. Damn. So it's been a long fucking time. So one of the reasons why it took so long, I actually reached out to him before I went to Punta Cana from my my engagement. I actually reached out to him to find out, hey, what's going on? Like, you know, I got confirmation for this and everything, but I haven't got an email from you guys, no updates. What's happening? And they actually told me that one of the pops that I got didn't release until July. And they actually sell, once you place an order from multiple things, they don't just send them one by one. They send them all at once. And that's why I was confused, because I placed the order for the Buff Chopper in April. So 2 months after I placed this order, and I received that within a week. The packaging was amazing. The condition of the box was amazing. As you see, it came in a pop collector item. So I'm very happy. As you can see, you got the bubble wrap right on top. And then there's another box inside. Okay.
It's in the box.
I think I'm gonna save yours for last, bro.
I'm just playing. Go ahead.
No, I can't save yours for last because, you know, we need to use that to segue into Marvel. I'll start off with yours. How about that? You know, we'll get the hype out of the way. Right, I know you will be hyped when you see this because this is a collector's item. It's hard to come by. But we got you a glow in the dark. There will be Pain Funko
Look
Pop.
at that. Okay. Kotsky General himself.
Yes,
Almighty
sir.
Push.
Pain Almighty Push.
That's the Almighty Push one, too. So that's the man who turned the land to sand. That was amazing.
With the Renegon and everything, my guy.
That's dope.
And next time you come out here, I'll hand this to you in person. Once again, it's already in its own little collector box, so you don't have to worry about anything happening to it. But I wanted to give this to you, man, for everything you do for the podcast. You know, being a good friend. I just wanted to help you out, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
It is gonna look nice on your desk, Joe. I'm just saying.
Oh, the Almighty Push! Like anytime there's gonna be complications and someone try to interrupt, I'm just gonna pull that out and put it right in front of me. Like, don't make me do it.
The next one I got, this one was really cool for me. It's another special edition. It's the Dragon Eel pop. Natsu Dragon Eel. Yep, Natsu Dragon Eel. I got that glare in front of the screen. It's driving me insane. But this is him turning into the dragon. This is END Natsu at the very end of Fairy Tail. If you know, if you've seen Fairy Tail, you know, when I saw this, I had to have it. You can't see the Fairy Tail pops, but I got every single other one up to the top. But I needed to have this in my collection as soon as I saw that.
I gotta go finish that.
Now, this next one, this is the reason why everything took so long, and this is the one I was the most excited about besides the one I got for you. I got Gear 4 Luffy.
Look at you.
Bound Man. Now I need Snake Man. I need the Wano Luffy. I'm still waiting for those to show up. But hey man, I was so excited to get this. I'm so happy to see this. This thing looks badass.
So I'm not all caught up on One Piece, but is that like the big buff Luffy, but he can shrink his size down to normal size instead of like
so this cool. He's pretty much a giant balloon and he can just fuck you up, man. He's pretty much a gorilla in this form.
But that form right there, so he is in gorilla form. He's not like condensed down to his normal buff size.
Yeah, no. So I don't want to give any spoilers for those who haven't watched One Piece. As you see, I got the poster. I got all the figures right above me. It is my favorite anime.
I'll look it up on the
I don't want to spoil it for you, but Gear 4 is his max level right now. There's a couple different variations. Right now we have Bound Man and Snake Man, which I know you've seen the fight with him and Katakuri. It's one of the top anime fights. Now I'm excited to see what he does now in Wano, or if he hits Gear 5 finally. So we'll see what happens.
So he's leveling up.
Yep, the last pop, and this one I was really excited about. I have all the comic books, and I even have an autograph from Mr. Bendis himself, Brian Bendis, before he left Marvel Comics, and now he works for DC, for those who don't know. And this is, for those who don't know, Dr. Doom is my favorite fucking character in all of Marvel. And I got an infamous Iron Man pop. When Dr. Doom came out and said he was going to be Iron Man to Tony Stark himself, that was fucking amazing to me. And I got all of the variations of this comic series. And it's just so badass. Just Dr. Doom as Iron Man. And I couldn't be happier. I have, once again, all the variations of the comics. And it's just so fucking cool. And the fact that this motherfucker glows in dark, I might have to just leave this one on my desk all the time. But there we go, man. Chalice Collectibles, once again, 2 boxes, bubble wrap.
Those are all main characters.
What'd you say?
Those are like all top tier main characters. Like that's a top tier main villain. It's top tier Natsu. It's a top tier Luffy. And then you have Victor Von Doom with Stark Attack. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. And I have the original Dr. Doom pop. This is my second Dr. Doom pop. But once I saw Infamous Iron Man, I had to do it. You know, he's my go-to guy. I hope we see him in the movies later on in life. Who knows? Maybe he'll get his own What If episode, even though it already happened in the comic book world.
Exactly.
But now, man, what do you think?
Those are dope, man. Those are very nice.
They're heavy. That's definitely heavy.
They look it.
I'll leave those to the side for the rest of the show.
Not to. I gotta get back.
And then once again, as soon as you get out here again, man, I'll hand this pop to you. I hope you like it, man.
It's gorgeous.
But all right, man, that's enough for the unboxing. Chalice Collectible. Once again, if you have not heard of them, check them out. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just a fan. And out of all the pops I've owned, you know, I get a lot through Newberry Comics. They're just a lot from like Amazon or Barnes and Nobles. Chalice Collectibles have treated me the best, whether it's customer service, customer satisfaction, packaging, and then just, you know, the protectors themselves is just beautiful. I kind of want to get them for all of my pops, but I'm not putting all that shit on there. For now on, I will buy all of them from there though. Unless I can get it exclusive from somewhere else. But that's enough of the pops, man. Let's move on to the show. Why everybody's here. I hope everybody liked that. Loki, man. Let's go right into Marvel from Dr. Doom. The Loki series was a beautiful thing. Let me get your thoughts on the entire series. Did you have a favorite episode, or what do you think is going to happen? Let me hear everything. Just let me hear it.
Awesome. So I enjoyed the series. I wasn't a big fan of the fighting, but there was good fighting. But I just felt like after getting all the fight scenes we've ever seen over the years, I thought Loki would have kind of delivered a bit more. But it did give me the Rick and Morty aspect that I thought it was going to give me. and it was dope to see the alligator Loki. So that was my favorite episode. Was probably
The introduction of classic Loki with alligator Loki.
No. I take it back. My favorite episode was the first episode throughout the entire season. The last episode kind of like gave me weird vibes because they weren't doing. It wasn't Kane. It was just another variant of him. I forgot what his name was. If it's like Nathan something, or he's like related to Reed Richards or some weird stuff I heard. I don't know. But his character, I keep forgetting his name, but the character who plays him,
they call him the man who remains, or he who remains.
He who remains. Granted, I'm a fan of him in other projects he's done, but it did what I thought it was going to do. I thought it was really cool how they were just like, hey, Loki's not in the right TVA. He's in a different time. And I was just like, oh boy. I was just like, you had like now maybe Morbius and them go for him. I thought it was a pretty bold move that they announced that there was going to be another season of Loki. And I was like, all right, cool. They can keep doing that. And it sets up for what if the I've been waiting for this for so long because Sylvie did what I wanted her to do. Now we have the multiverse happening. Now we can get the Spider-Verse expanding more, even though we should have already been there because we did the Miles Morales movie. So like we're already way behind, whatever, with COVID and everything like that. So for Marvel's Phase 4, it looked like it was coming out weak, but they're like, yo, wait, we haven't even done Eternals. We haven't even done Shang-Chi. And I'm sorry, Shang-Chi looks hot.
The trailer looks amazing, man. We'll talk about that later, but I'm so excited for that.
So it's just like Loki set up everything that anything can be possible now. Like, and then the multiverse happened. You have all those different timelines smashed. You're going to have, I'm hoping what I want to happen in Spider-Man happens. I'm hoping what I want to happens in Doctor Strange happens. So I thought Loki was dope, but the first episode was my favorite one where he saw like the rest of his life before he got killed by Thanos. Like that was good acting by Tom Hiddleston. So I was like, that was pretty good. Him seeing that, like he was just mischievous. But overall for the whole series, it's dope. Let's see the multiverse expand. Let's get the X-Men. Let's get the Fantastic Four. Let's get the goddamn everybody off the bench. All the Hulks, Gray Hulk, Red Hulk, everybody stand up. She-Hulk, all the Marvels, Marvelous, Cyclops. Get Cable. Get everybody to come in here and just straight up be like, hey, we're here now. But I did hear that some of the old actors, like I don't know if it was rumored, Robert Downey Jr. and a couple other people were like, oh, how are you just going to say that everything we did meant nothing? And I was like, well, I'm sorry. That's the phase they got to get out of. We had that whole battle to show you what you were fighting for. But it turns out that's just like, come on, man.
I wouldn't say everything that they did was for nothing because Nathaniel Richards, the man who is he who remains.
Thank you, Nathaniel Richards. Thank you.
He is going to be, a descendant of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. So I love how that we got introduced to him, and he is a variant, one of many, especially, it's no secret anymore. He is King the Conqueror, or he is a variant of King the Conqueror. But Nathaniel Richards is a very important character, and what Tony Stark did in Infinity War and Endgame to build the technology, you got to understand, you got to think about that. Like if you actually saw, and I watched it like 3 times, if you actually paid attention to all of his collectibles in the room, he had Iron Man's technology, and he had an old Iron Man helmet in his room. And I don't think a lot of people picked up on that, but I do think he used a lot of Tony's
Stark Tech
ideas. And he, he's coming from the future, and he built on that with future technology to, build the multiverse to where he was able to build the TVA and, keep everything in line to where there was one perfect timeline. So I do think everything that Tony did, without Tony Stark, there would be no Nathaniel Richards in the future. 100%. And I think that I love how they brought that full circle. Like everything that Tony was talking about in Endgame and Infinity War, they ended up bringing that into his conversation when he was explaining it to Loki and Sylvie. And I thought that was so cool. And that's why the very last episode was my favorite episode.
Okay.
He Who Remains, I thought Jonathan Majors did a great fucking job.
Jonathan Majors. Why didn't you just say his name when I was trying to figure it out?
I didn't know if you were trying to say Nathaniel Richards or you trying to say his real name.
I was trying to say that too. But go on.
I didn't want to step on your toes, bro. But Jonathan Majors did a great fucking job, man.
Jump on my toes.
I'm so excited, and everybody who's seen him behind the scene have just been saying that he brought so much to the character, and how everybody's so excited. And one of the main reasons why I love the last episode is not because they brought all of Tony's ideas full circle, and Richards like pretty much confirmed that, like being a fan, like saying everything that Tony said. Bro, like the excitement for King the Conqueror, like when he was warning them straight up, like you guys can run this or you can kill me and you'll see an evil version of me. Like he was just being nonchalant about it, but he already knew because he said it himself. No matter what, you guys kill me, I'm going to end up right back here. And we're going to be doing this again later on.
So take my job for me. And Loki's like,
he was pretty much telling them, you can end the cycle now or I'll be right back in this room. Like there's no escaping Nathaniel Richards. He who remains will always be he who remains, and that's a beautiful thing. But you know the way they kept downplaying Thanos and the Infinity Stones throughout the whole series, and then he who remains when he finally talks to Loki and Sylvie, he's like, "You guys can take over for me. You take the Infinity Stones, go do whatever you want. Doesn't matter."
Yeah.
He pretty much just said everything that we just saw and spent years waiting for was just a joke. Like he who remains or King the Conqueror or Nathaniel Richards, whatever you want to call him, he's stronger than Thanos. He pretty much laughed at the idea of the Infinity Stones in Thanos. Like, and Thanos is one of the strongest MCU characters or Marvel characters, but besides Doctor Doom, you know, my guy right here, King the Conqueror is a fucking problem. And I am so excited for the future of the MCU because I think with the results of what happened here, that's why the internals are now going to be like, all right, bro, we can't sit around on the sideline anymore. Now we're going to have to show up because they've just been living in peace this whole time, watching everything go down.
Well, at the same time, that the Eternals movie that it looks like that's from the trailer, it seems like their problem is something else besides Thanos or whatever it is that they're going to be fighting. But if they do link that in, because you do hear them talk about the Avengers and stuff like that. So it'd be dope if they do conquer a problem like, hey, this is a part of Thanos, we got to cripple or something. But I don't know. But isn't Thanos an Eternal? Or isn't he like
I don't think he'll be in Eternals. I think the Eternals are getting involved because I think we're going to see Galactus.
Okay, yeah.
I think, you know, with the multiverse of madness and everything that's going on with King the Conqueror, because remember, King, you know, he's somebody he's seen it all, he's done it all. Yeah. The only people who are going to step up to this dude are, besides the future new Avengers, are going to be other galactic warriors. So Galactus, you know, the Timekeeper, shit like that. These are the only people who are going to be able to fuck with King the Conqueror. So I'm very excited to see what happens, especially with Ant-Man. The new one, the Quantumania. That's going to have a lot of stuff in there. I think we're going to get introduced to other characters in that, like the Fixer. That's another Ant-Man villain, who I do believe will be part of the new Thunderbolts roster. And, you know, we'll talk about that moving forward. But do you have anything else you want to add about Loki and the dynamic of him and Sylvie? You know, Loki pretty much fell in love with himself, you know, seeing them share that kiss. That was fucking weird to me, bro. But the entire time I wanted it to happen. I don't know.
But you know what? The show, that's what I was going to say. The show built the chemistry for them, for that to happen, because you're like, no matter what, they're going to end up kissing each other in the end. And honestly, the time for that reaction to that weird shit happening, you saw it with Owen Wilson. He goes, wait a minute, what? He goes, you were in love with him? He goes, oh my God. He goes, that's what's going to tear apart the universe. He goes, that type of sick shit right there.
I mean, but he made a good point. He's like, of course, Mobius was very smart. When he said, you know, of course, you can only fall in love with yourself.
Yeah.
And that was some deep shit.
Yeah. I don't know. The multiverse, like, the concept of the multiverse is very weird. I don't know. I expected it to happen, so it felt normal to me. But that was pretty funny that Loki literally fell in love with himself from another dimension. So it's like Rick Sanchez fell in love with a chick Rick.
But Rick's that guy. So
Well, Rick sleeps with planets and like entities.
Which pretty soon we're gonna have to do an episode all about Rick and Morty, bro, and just go through it, go through the whole
Are you
series.
kidding me? Hell yeah, I'm playing Pocket Morty right now.
I just caught up on season 5 earlier, so
I'm still catching up on season. I'm rerunning through season 3 to go through season 4 that I haven't watched. So.
yeah.
But
Wow.
go ahead.
But yeah, man, I wanted to go back to what you were talking about earlier about the action and the fighting in Loki series. That's one of the reasons why I did like the series, because we all knew Loki wasn't a fighter. He was a illusionist, escape artist, if anything. But Sylvie was more badass than him. And when we were first talking, when the first the episodes came up, they did this Joan of Arc kind of background for Sylvie, where they thought she was like a witch. When they were in France, this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden you find out she was kidnapped when she was a little girl. And like her backstory was just crazy to me. And like, I feel like I still never got an answer why she
got taken. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody gave us that real answer. They just kept saying, because
I'm sorry. In the elevator, that was a bullshit answer from what's her name, who's in love with Nathaniel Richard. Like, she was just like, "Do you remember why you took me?" She goes, "I don't remember." I was like, "Bro, really?"
That was corny.
You couldn't say nothing, like even if it was she took Sylvie because Sylvie was gonna grow up to do what she did. Like that's what I took from it. But at the same time, it could be something different. But like they didn't answer that, so I'm sorry. Here's my take on the choreography of the entire series, because we knew Loki couldn't fight. I'm trying to decide if this movie or Birds of Prey had better fighting scenes.
Birds of Prey was not better. Stop that.
Bro, Sylvie's last fight with what's her name in the chamber in front before she beheaded the would-be timekeepers. Bro, how did she catch Loki off guard if everybody could fight so bad? And then
I think the best fighter in the series was Ravonna. That's the lady who was in love with Richard. Ravonna's the light-skinned chick who gave the bullshit answer you didn't like.
Yeah, the judge. She was in charge and shit. Yeah,
so that was another thing I was upset about, is because like you find out that she's a variant as well. Like she saw it herself pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But like we never saw the connection, and I think that's why we needed season 2, because we needed all those answers. Because us as comic book fans, we know that Ravonna is in love with Nathaniel Richards, but based off where we saw her taken from, she's from the past, he's from the future. So how the fuck did those two meet and fall in love? Like we know that as comic book fans, but I'm very curious to see how they play out that story, because that was his most trusted person, but you never saw those two actually speak.
But you can get your hopes up and don't get your hopes up, because we did see little Miss Time, the little watch lady, played by Tara Strong. Like she popped up and was like, "Oh, he wants you to have this. He thinks this will be enough." So there's a seed planted there for Ravonna. So she's gonna run off and do that thing what she did, and Owen Wilson's like, "Where you going?" Bam. But they also killed off Nathaniel. Like legit, like Sylvie put a straight knife in his chest. So you don't know if there's going to be something there at all. But at the
same time, I think that was supposed to happen. And that's why I liked, we saw that ship outside of his crib. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people who saw it, me included, as soon as I saw that, I thought that was his, descendants or his relatives. I thought that was Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four ship. I don't know if you agree with me on that. When I saw that, I thought that's another full circle moment.
Yeah, when you can hear Mandela and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm very excited about the future of the Fantastic Four and how this is playing out. And I'm very curious to see, who's casted and what happens and what comes next. But we have other Marvel projects to talk about at this point in time. I think we've talked enough about Loki. Let's go into the other biggest thing going on in the world right now, and that is Black Widow. What are your thoughts about this standalone film? It picks up right after Captain America: Civil War. What are you thinking, man?
What I'm thinking is, that movie was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. A lot of people, it's getting a lot of bad shit.
And I don't know why, because I literally went into it looking at the cast before the movie even started. I already knew that I was like, I like this character, I like this character, I like this character. But I can't think of the name of the sister. It was like, was it Melina?
Yelena.
Elena, yeah. She seriously carried the comedy in that movie, and I thought she was the greatest.
She was amazing.
She was just,
especially when she kept
everywhere.
making fun of Black Widow's like pose. Like, why do you always do this?
Why do you
Why you always do this?
And then she kept doing it. And it's just like, oh,
yeah. And then and towards the end of the movie, when she actually landed and she did the pose herself, she's like, ugh. Yeah. I couldn't stop laughing.
She was just too funny. Like, she was all over the place, and it was nice to see that dark family vibe that they had, even though they weren't a real family. But
yeah, there was a nice twist at the end with the mom and Black Widow with the face switching and everything. That one caught me off guard.
But you know what made me even more mad is that the villain knew before I knew, and I was like, but at the same time, the whole concept of the Red Room, the dudes, they straight up manipulated like the human mind, like the free will and everything. They were able to make you do anything they wanted, from breathing to killing yourself to like when the chicks were chasing when the women were chasing the widow and her sister, like she fell down and snapped her leg, and he just hit terminate, and then she just like, I don't want to do this, and then just like
yeah, that was dark, bro.
So I was just like, wow, bro. So I was just like, this is far beyond Winter. This is a weaponized Winter Soldier. And like, remember, they had Black Widow like toppling regimes. Like, dude had everyone everywhere, and the takedown, it was basically a shield helicarrier of Black Widows, bro. And some of them probably had, like, you never know the story. Some of them probably had super soldier serums and stuff. Like, you never know. So it's like, it was really dope. I thought the movie was really good. It was really funny. I thought it delivered well, and I thought that post-credit scene was amazing. And it was emotional, but Lady Hydra, she's the best.
Yeah, she was funny as hell.
Let's get this cracking. I can't wait till she gets her plan started and how devious and funny it is, and then I can't wait till she loses and then spazzes out at the end in a like comedic fashion of just like a little bit of Veep, a little bit of Elaine, because she's a savage. Like, she talks mad shit. I think she's gonna be a great villain. I'm really excited to see what Marvel's gonna do with her. The comment they made to General Ross, the bypass surgery comment she made, because this was after Civil War. He was standing on his own at Tony's funeral in Endgame. Like, he wasn't having a problem moving around or whatever when he talked, when he like legit. So like, to see, like, I really, because Thunderbolt Ross, let's get my Hulk. Let me get my Red Hulk. That's all I want. And my Gray Hulk. Who's that going to be?
I don't know. Let's get Red Hulk first before we start. Let's get Red Hulk and She-Hulk first.
I want my wisecracking, shit-talking Gray Hulk, and I want it to be somebody funny. That's it.
I'm sure it will be somebody good. Marvel's doing a great job at casting, especially the Red Guardian. The Red Guardian was another person who gave us a lot of comedy relief throughout the entire movie. To me, besides Yelena, he was the best part of the movie, especially all his bullshit lies about fighting Captain America. And when he broke Buddy's arm, who called him out like, "Oh, Captain America was an ice when you fought him. So how is that possible?" He's like, "Oh yeah."
That dude, the army broke. Rumor was that he's the first mutant in the MCU.
Yeah.
That he's like the Russian werebear.
Yeah, he turned into a bear.
Yeah.
And that was a nice little Easter egg that they threw in there. And I actually read more into that, and that was the director trying to, plant their little seeds, because Marvel's so secretive and there's only so much you can do. So they're allowed to explore and do so much. But that's why they didn't go into detail with that character. But for anybody who is a comic book fan was able to see that, that was a cool Easter egg. I do think we will see the new Captain America, Sam Wilson, fight Red Guardian at some point. So I'm very excited to see that, because I think that would be a great fight.
That dynamic between Sam Wilson.
Red Guardian is a super soldier. Sam Wilson is not. So
I know, but Nikolai will likely. Is it Nikolai? It's what's his name? Damn it! I had his name. No, I don't remember it anymore. But if he fights, he'll be like, "You're the new Captain America. Did you know the old Captain America? Did he talk about me?" And then Sam Wilson and him having a dynamic together.
Yeah, I can be like, Sam, like, nah, bro, like, get away from me.
Do you know we're in a fight? He's like, I've said this to the spider guy before. You know this is a fight, right? There's not this much talk. Did he ever talk about me? He's like, you fly now? Like, it'd be dope. I want to see. I would love their dynamic. It'd be pretty funny. Because Sam was funny. Sam was funny with Widow. When she had the little flying thing, and he was like, go ahead, pet it, kiss it. She was like, get away from me right now. Like, no, okay, cool. You can touch him. like they had dynamic already because they were already a good team. They were the stealth ops team with Cap. So I enjoy what Widow did. Years ago, I didn't think it was gonna. But, over time, I was just like, before they released it, I'm like, this movie's going to hit. And it did. I enjoyed it very well.
That's good, man. I was just happy they brought things full circle, because when you
The Taskmaster thing, though.
Well, here's the thing, right? And I was actually going to bring up Taskmaster after my next point, but I'll go into Taskmaster right now since you just brought her up. So Taskmaster is the suit. It's not the person. But the Taskmaster we all know and love from the comics and everything else, that is an ex-SHIELD agent who gets his hands on the suit and, he goes rogue. So with everything going on right now in the Marvel universe, especially after, at the time jump and, people unrest and unruly, and there's a lot of problems going on in the world, that Taskmaster is no longer a Taskmaster. Exactly. You got to remember, they freed her at the end of the movie. So that suit is up for grabs. So I do see somebody getting their hands on that suit. I don't know if they're going to keep it in the comic and give it to the same guy who leaves SHIELD. I don't know what's going to happen because we haven't really seen SHIELD in the MCU in a while. Obviously you have Nick Fury and everybody else, Agent Coulson, but we haven't seen them since. When do you think we're going to see Nick Fury again? I mean, I know we're going to probably see him in Homecoming or Far From Home.
He's going to be in the next few flicks because he's still in outer space with all the Skrulls running a Skrull shield type mess.
Yeah. I do think we'll see him big time in the Secret Invasion series that's going to happen.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for Secret Invasion.
Especially, Emilia Clarke has already came out and said she's very excited about the project and she's very happy about what they're doing. And I'm excited because I'm a huge fan of hers.
Yeah,
I've seen everything she's done, and I'm so happy. I just think that's amazing for her to go from Game of Thrones to Star Wars and now Marvel. Like she's gonna become like.
We already seen her burn a city. Like, what is she gonna do to the MCU when she passes out? I'm excited. I hope she's lethal.
Are you wearing a Golden Girls t-shirt?
Yes, I am.
I just peeped that.
Thank you for being a friend. We out here.
I feel underdressed now. I'm wearing a Black Bulls t-shirt trying to represent for the squad, and he's got the Golden Girls out there.
I came from a birthday party, and you're the you're the second person who said something about it today, so thank you.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I've never seen Golden Girls besides a couple episodes, so I might have to put that on my next watch list.
That theme song hits, bro. I drive around with that. I brush my teeth to it.
All right, but going back to what I was saying about Black Widow, I was happy with the movie because they did answer a lot of questions, like why the hell did Black Widow get blonde hair out of nowhere? That really irked me, for especially somebody like me who needs something. I needed to make sense, and nobody talked about it. But now I understood because it gave me closure. Her outfit in the movie, she's wearing that badass vest. Her sister kept talking about. Got a lot of pockets,
cool, right?
Yeah. So and I love how she played off like, nah, I don't like it. No, it's corny. You would buy something like that. And she's like, this is the first thing I bought for myself. I'm happy about this. I got a lot of pocket. She was hyped up the whole time. And then when she finally told her, like, yeah, I really like it. It's really badass. That was cool that they bonded over that and that she actually wore it. And, and it gave us closure. We understood why Black Widow fought with Hawkeye to sacrifice herself in Endgame, to make everything fair for everybody. She wanted to protect her little sister. She wanted to protect her family that she reconnected with all the other Black Widows out there that are going through so much. She knows out of all the Avengers, she's the weakest one. And I'm not downplaying the Black Widows because we all know she's a badass assassin. She's a problem. She's called the Black Widow for a reason. Yeah. But she knows in the bigger scale of what's going on, it's getting to another level where she can't do much. So I understand, but do you think Hawkeye should have been the one that sacrificed versus Black Widow, or did we get to see Hawkeye be saved just for the future Avengers? What are your thoughts on this?
Before I answer that, I want to say this movie did a great job showing awareness to the trafficking of young girls.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people really need to really keep their guard up more because that movie really shows you that there's just evil people in the world. But back to your question, I think that they needed to keep Hawkeye because he had a family, and not for nothing, he still has more dynamic than Widow. After the fact, she was in so many of the other films, and she played her part as like espionage. But they can always, like I said, I mean, anything can happen now after the timeline. So who knows? I said since they brought Gamora back, there's no reason why you can't bring back that same Scarlet Witch right before you guys went back in time.
Yeah,
to
true.
sacrifice her, like it legit. So I don't know what their plan is. I mean, that movie was really good, but that after credit scene kind of really was just like, no, we're sealing the deal on this, that she's gone. And I was just like, yo, all right, so we're brushing off the old and into the new, and that's what they have to do. But it was just like, damn, dude, they really. And then the way she died, I was just like, I used to think watching Endgame, it was just so extra, those two trying to fight each other to die. And I'm like, why didn't she warn them? Why couldn't you send a shadow clone or something? Like, what the fuck? Go back in time and steal your old self or future self, put them in that situation. It was just not well thought. Nebula knew. There's a lot of let's die.
I feel like we'll get more information on what happened between those two later on. But I did like the fight scene because they were both trying to sacrifice themselves for the greater good and their families.
Yeah, and then Hawkeye was just like, bro, I just killed mad people for years or however long it was at the time that his family was gone. But then Widow was just like, bro, really? You've been killing people for years? Is that it? I've been killing people forever.
Which is true.
She toppled regimes and shit, bro. She was a widow. She was the best. Yo, when Nikolai, is that his name?
I don't remember. I just call him RG, Red Guardian.
The Red Guardian. All right, when the Red Guardian came out of the plane after it fell right out of the sky, and then he was like, "What is with all this tension?
Yeah.
Why are you mad at me?" And they were like, "Are you fucking serious?" And he goes, "What?" He goes, "I thought we did a good job." Like he was just like, "I've been in prison this whole time. Why are y'all mad at me, guys? We did a great job. We completed our mission. We got out." And she's just like, "You're happy with that?" He goes, "It all worked out." And then he was just like, "You were the greatest child assassin. And you, the Avenger," he's like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. Your lips must be dripping with blood." I was like, yo. I was like, he played that so well. And I need more. Like I need more of him.
I know he wants a standalone movie.
He should. I would want put Deadpool and all the mutants in it from the prison and shit. I would love it.
I wouldn't mind seeing him get his own Disney Plus series. I don't think he should have his own movie, but I would love to see because the Disney Plus series, you get more time, you get more screen time.
Everybody can get Disney Plus series now, even if it's a 6-episode series or even a shorter episode series, just like longer episodes.
Yeah. All right. So we got sidetracked. Let's go back into it. You talked about Thunderbolt Ross. We've already seen a shit ton of characters that could be on this Thunderbolt squad or Dark Avengers, however you want to call it. And I think that's one of the reasons. That's why I brought up the Hawkeye question. One of the reasons they left Hawkeye around is I do see him probably being one of the team leaders for the Thunderbolt squad or Dark Avengers squad. However they're going to play this out, I don't know how it's going to work out. But in the comic book series, Hawkeye, Bucky Barnes, there's a few people who were, or Luke Cage, there's a couple people who led these squads. Wilson Fisk, I don't think we're going to see these guys. I don't think we'll see Luke Cage or Wilson Fisk do that because of everything that went on with Netflix. And, we need to see what transpires with those characters later on. And I know that we're going to probably see them in the Spider-Man movie, which I'm very happy about. I know Daredevil is confirmed to be in it. So I'm once again very excited about that. We'll talk about that when the time comes. But we see Abomination and Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Yelena, the Black Widow. Thunderbolt Ross with the Red Hulk. There's so many people, you know, and then once again, I brought up the Fixer earlier. I know he was a part of this squad in the comic books. I don't know if we'll see him in the Ant-Man movie, but I'm hoping, you know, we're gonna see more people than just Kang. I do think more villains need to be in that. I think that's gonna be a big movie. I think people are gonna, you know, nobody takes Ant-Man that seriously, but there's always big events that happen in those movies.
If things are happening the way I hear they're happening over at Sony, as far as like the Venom movies, the Craven movies, the Morbius movies, the Blade Marvel movie, like if they're all going the way that I heard that they're going, like this could expand into just like a Sony Marvel thing too, because they're gonna. I really hope Tom Holland sticks around for this Spider-Man.
I think we have Tom Holland for the long haul. I don't think he's going anywhere.
I really think we need, if we can get at least another 6 movies out of that kid, it'd be great. Like Spider-Man can go so far, especially with the hints to Miles Morales when you had Donald Glover playing his uncle, the hints to when Jake Gyllenhaal told him, and everyone's like, the multiverse, it's already happening. So, like,
I think we will see Tom Holland. I think we'll see him till he dies. And I think the torch will be passed to Miles Morales. And I do think they will have that play out in the movies. And you know, I don't think we'll see that for years to come, but I do think it will happen that way.
Yeah.
But once again, going off the Thunderbolts roster, Red Hulk with Thunderbolt Ross.
1.
Ghost from the first Ant-Man from Ant-Man. I think that'll be another. We have the Taskmaster suit, like we talked about before. You know, an ex-Shield agent will pick that up. I do think that'll be person. Abomination. And Yelena. And then you have Baron Zemo. Another person who was a leader of the Thunderbolts and Dark Avengers. And I think we could see Baron Zemo kind of put this team together based off the relationship he had with Bucky Barnes in the show. Because remember, Bucky was willing to work with him to where Sam was like, "What are you doing, dude?" And he's like, "Give him a chance. What is he gonna do?" I do think we will see Bucky team up with Hawkeye and probably Baron Zemo to work with this cast of random ass characters.
And I want to see that dynamic between the 3 of them. With
that would be funny. Jeremy. That would be funny as hell on screen, bro.
They would be funny. That would be funny between the 3 of them. I would love that.
So, do you think we will get a Thunderbolts or a Dark Avengers series?
We're definitely getting a Dark Avengers, and I'll back the Thunderbolts as well, because there's just way too many clues, and you just did all these other movies that kind of did hit and misses, and I feel like Marvel Studios is going to learn from their lessons, and that's why these series are doing so well. So they can do a Thunderbolts series. They can do a Thunderbolts movie. They can do.
I think Thunderbolts will definitely happen. Dark Avengers is kind of highly unlikely because with Dark Avengers, you had Venom playing Spider-Man, you had Bullseye playing Hawkeye. I just don't see that happening.
Why not? Why not? There's plenty of talent out there, people who are yet to be discovered, and why not go in the direction? They're gonna run what is Marvel gonna do? Just up and stop? They have no choice but to reach for certain comics and create new dynamic and new universes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They're using the Eternals. We still haven't even got the new Thor movie, which is gonna probably blow our freaking minds because we're waiting to see Korg again, and we're waiting to see the Guardians with Thor, and we're waiting to see Groot. Like, we're waiting to see all the shit. And you know what? I hope Loki will pop in and be like, I'm not supposed to be here, and has like a little one-on-one with Thor, and he's like,
yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
I would love that. But also, we have to get another Guardians movie, and at the same time, who are they gonna fight next? Because I really think they wasted their time fighting Quill's dad in the second movie. But whatever. There's plenty of other people out there for the Guardians.
I think that was an important part because I do think Quill will become stronger because a lot of people don't understand that he is half god.
I hope his powers do come back. That would be dope.
I do think we will see Star-Lord get that. And I'm happy you brought up what you just did because I want to talk about that a little. Once again, talking about Black Widow and everything going on with Disney Plus, Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney Plus or Disney because, they breached their contract. Most of her contract was based on the idea of ticket sales, and Disney Plus was not a thing when they signed their contract. It was never in the contract. It was never talked about. So she lost out a lot of money because of this.
Yeah, she wasn't guaranteed all that. Her movie was made before Disney Plus was a thing. And it's so crazy how that's happening to her.
Yeah, man. So like,
Which
and I know
feel
Kevin
like they should
Feige is
just
defending her.
I know. You know what? I feel like they should just pay her. I mean, you do. You probably feel the same exact way. Like even if
Pay her, yeah.
Granted, this is how they probably legally approached it. Allegedly, I don't know, but it's just like even if you mess up on like that, and you're a company like Marvel, and you see that you did such a great job, and you're gonna be like, yo, well, we released it on our platform. Give them full like compensation. The actor.
And I've said this to you many times on Xbox, playing games, Black Widow became the #1 torrented movie of all time because it was released on a streaming service and everybody has access to it. It's easily downloadable.
Guilty.
She lost out on so many sales. And, I know Disney released like a estimate number about how many streams they had. If all those streams were movie tickets, she would have hit those numbers. Not even including the torrented movies. Like that's crazy to me. I think everybody was excited to watch it because it was the first big Marvel movie since the pandemic. And I was very excited. But one of the reasons why I'm also bringing this up is because, Dave Bautista has made many comments saying, this Guardians movie is his last time playing Drax and he's done. But he also made a comment, and this was a funny tweet, and it had a lot of likes and retweets. He made a tweet, I don't know if you saw this, saying, I told you guys you should have did a solo Drax film. That was his reply to Scarlett Johansson suing Disney. I told you guys you should have gave me a solo Drax film. What are your thoughts on Dave Bautista throwing that low blow out there?
First of all, the judo chop with the savagery that he just absolutely dropped. Like, dude.
And he ended it with the little throwing up the hands emoji.
Yeah, exactly. He's a savage. He's a savage.
I would love to see a Drax series, and I know he's big on wanting to, tell Drax's story, and I do think Drax's story is a deep story. A lot of people don't know the Guardians that we see are not the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly.
So I would love to see them dive deeper into Drax the Destroyer's fucking story, especially how funny Dave Bautista is. And I know he's saying he's done with Disney because Disney's not giving him what he wants. With him still making comments like this, and the popularity of Disney Plus and everything that's going on, especially with Loki. I was surprised Loki was as popular as it was. I'm not going to lie to you. I do think Drax would be like a #1 series if they gave us that.
I agree with you. There's no. Dave Bautista has a habit of winning the crowd over with his charm, his humor, and just pretty much like he walks in and like he did the whole I'm invisible eating chips while Gamora and Quill.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
And then everyone was just like the disgust in Gamora's face when she was just like, "Yo, really, bro? Like you're over here doing this?" And he's just like, "Yeah."
The disgust in Drax's face when he thought Mantis was hitting on him, that was fucking amazing. So much. And I couldn't stop laughing.
He's like, the thought of me being with you physically is repulsive. And I was just like, Jesus, man, like, why are you being so mean to her? And she doesn't even like really understand. But it was just like it was funny. He's hilarious. His dynamic with everybody. Him with the raccoon, him with Quill. Him with the first time with Gamora calling her a green whore, and she was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
So, like, he's a series. I don't know, but maybe shorts, like every deleted scene ever, but more evolved. Like Drax and Groot shorts. Like his shorts can be mostly him, and you can dive into most of his stuff, but also have him just running into stupid problems, and then like him and Groot are trying to fix an engine or something, and Rocket's trying to give them directions from 2 levels up, and then they end up fighting each other downstairs, destroying shit because Drax gets mad and Groot says, "I am Groot." Drax gets mad, "I am Groot." Like this, Drax can do a lot of stuff, but a whole series.
Well, they can make it a Guardians of the Galaxy series, and then just each individual episode. Because Disney series are doing 6 episodes. You could do one for each member, and then a couple together.
Our whole season, each member gets like whatever they're doing.
Yeah, their own episode. You can learn their backstory and how they.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty dope, and I think a lot of people will be excited about that. But speaking on this, no, let's talk about future Marvel projects that are getting ready to come because we have the What If series that's about to come up. We have Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
Yeah.
So much is coming. What are you most excited about? What do you want to see?
I was most excited about What If, but I cannot lie. I am so excited for the next Spider-Man film, and I'm really have my hopes high up, but I'm also expecting it to be able to just let me down. And we're gonna get so hyped for it, and it's gonna such a soft punch, and I want to leave that at my expectations because I want it to blow my mind away. So it would be really cool. But I'm a very big fan of Spider-Man. He's my favorite Marvel character besides Gambit and a few others. But I'm really excited for Spider-Man. I want to see what the What If series is going to do. And then I want to see after the What If, I want to see the Doctor Strange multiverse. But Spider-Man is my number one. But let's sit tight for What If because that's coming next. I'm excited for that. Very excited. Killmonger. Running Wakanda, I hope. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm excited about What If, and I think we should do an episode on the podcast for each individual episode because it's going to be each episode is going to be its own thing. I don't know if you've seen any spoilers of what the episodes are going to be about.
Nope, I'm leaving myself absolutely out of that. It's going to be nice to just go in clean, so please say nothing. We'll do this.
I will tell you that I already ordered a pop of one of the characters. I'll say that.
All right, so just chill. Just chill. You're good. Yeah, it's on its way. I'm not. I don't have the PJ. I don't have the package, so you don't have to tell me. If you track it right now, it's not here. You don't. But I am very excited for the What If series. I'm very excited to see Captain Carter. Captain Carter. So I saw.
Wait, so you do know?
No, Captain Carter. She says her name in the. Oh, is that what you ordered? Captain
No,
Carter?
I did not order Captain Carter.
Oh no!
But you do know about Captain Carter.
No, that's what she said her name was in the official trailer, and I was like, good, because I knew Peggy.
Wait, so did you watch the trailer?
I've seen all three trailers.
So you know what we're gonna see then?
Yes, but I don't. I just know what they've showed me. I don't.
Yeah. I only know what they've shown too. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Like Killmonger, Tony. We're probably gonna see Tony's dad with Captain Carter. We're gonna see. So I think we're gonna see a magician Spider-Man, Doctor Strange Spider-Man. I think we're gonna see.
Yeah, we are gonna see a Doctor Strange Spider-Man.
We're gonna have Guardians run by T'Challa.
T'Challa Star-Lord, and that is the pop that I ordered.
And I'm wondering if that T'Challa is because if he left is why Killmonger became. I'm wondering if that's all in the same timeline. But they can do it separately, which would be fine. I think that'd be cool too. But
I think that would be the same episode.
I
think we'll get a back and forth going on.
Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna have the Watcher. I saw Bucky punching Zombie Cap, so I'm excited for that. The Nightmare.
Yeah, so you know what's going on. So that's all I was going to say. I'm very excited about the T'Challa Star-Lord episode. It is the last Black Panther we'll see of Chadwick Boseman. So I am very hyped up about that. As soon as I saw the pop go on sale, I immediately purchased it. Just seeing Star-Lord with the little mini afro, I was like, fuck yes, I want that. Because I love Star-Lord. And one of my very first chase pop was a Star-Lord chase pop. So I love Star-Lord. I think he's fucking hilarious. I actually wasn't a fan in the beginning, and you put me on to Peter Quill. And I just fell in love. I think Chris did a great job playing Peter Quill, and he's one of my favorite fucking Marvel movie characters. I will say that.
Yeah, he did a very good job at his character.
But yeah, we have What If coming August 11th, so we have that coming in like 10 days? 10 days from today?
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. Then we have Hawkeye coming in November. I'm very excited to see that because we're going to get to see his daughter and the woman they casted to play his daughter. I'm not going to say any names because everybody should know by now. I think she's going to do a great job, and I'm excited to see her in the future Avengers movies with the Young Avengers.
Isn't that chick the same girl? Isn't she the same female from Bumblebee with John Cena? Isn't she who's playing Hawkeye's the girl archer in Hawkeye?
I did not see
Oh, you haven't seen
Bumblebee,
Bumblebee?
so
Okay.
I don't know.
Yo, Bumblebee was lit. The
I
Decepticons and
didn't
Bumblebee
even
was
know.
savage.
I
John
didn't even
Cena's
know that John Cena
John
was in that
Cena's
movie. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah,
Was
he's
he
like
play your
the
dad?
no, the military were chasing down Bumblebee, the
Oh,
amnesia
okay. Yeah.
Autobot. It's like
Her
Bumblebee with
name is
amnesia.
her name is Haley Steinfeld.
Yes. Yeah, I think
I know her
and she
from
looks good.
Pitch Perfect, and I know she was in an Apple series. You know, about a poet. I forget who the poet is.
Hmm.
That, but I didn't watch that show. I only watched her in Pitch Perfect, so I don't know much about Haley Steinfeld. I know she's a good actress, and a lot of people love her. I think I seen her as a side character in another movie, but I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
So that just goes to show the movie wasn't that good. Pitch Perfect, I remember because I love Pitch Perfect.
Yo,
That shit was
Pitch Perfect
hilarious.
was lit. Yo, I love Pitch Perfect. Yeah. I'll watch Pitch. Yo, if I walked in and my lady was watching Pitch Perfect, I'd sit down for at least
Oh, I've
25,
watched. I
30
love
minutes.
acapella because that's what my mom raised me on, and anytime
But the movie was just
they
like
have a
the
lot of fun with
story.
those movies, and it's very funny.
The story was real good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
I
it was
hope they
dope.
make
And like
another one.
all the characters, it was dope.
But we have Miss Marvel coming at
Yeah.
the end of 2021. I think we'll probably see that. Probably a couple weeks right after Hawkeye. Who knows? But it should be released right before Christmas. I know that much. Then we have the Moon Knight series, which I'm probably most excited about, especially with the casting that they picked with the buddy from Star Wars.
Did you see the sneak peek, like schematics of this, like his suit, like
Yes.
schematics, like what the suit's gonna look like? That yo, he looks like the Red Hood, just all white. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's get it.
No, that shit's sick, and I'm very excited because I think they picked a great guy to pick him. I was all the hype around Daniel Radcliffe. I was, I was looking forward to seeing my guy in the MCU. But I think we'll see him play something else later on. I don't know. There's still a lot of rumors with Daniel Radcliffe coming to Marvel. We'll see what happens. Secret Invasion should be coming right after Moon Knight, and I once again with Amelia Clarke, I can't wait for that. She-Hulk is coming in 2022. What'd you say?
I said Secret Invasion's already happened, and you just don't know it.
Yeah, everything's already going on, and a lot of stuff's coming full circle. Especially with the last Spider-Man movie when there was a scroll in his school as one of the.
That wasn't the real Tony Stark. I'm just gonna go on record and say that.
We have the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that's coming in 2022 as well. That should be fucking fantastic. I'm assuming we'll see Groot as a Christmas tree, and I will get that pop for a fact. I love Groot. Armor Wars should be coming soon. Ironheart should be coming soon, and then the Wakanda series should be coming soon. And
Wakanda further.
I'm so excited for everything that's coming with the MCU and then the Disney Plus series. That was just the Disney Plus series. That's not even the movies. Everybody knows we have Shang-Chi coming. Doctor Strange and the Madness of the Multiverse, Ant-Man, the Quantumanium, Spider-Man movie. Blade is coming. Fantastic Four is coming. I'm just so happy about Marvel and what they're doing, and I think Disney's doing everything right. A lot of people were hating on Disney when they saw that they were doing all this, even hating on Disney when they acquired all of Star Wars. But as we've seen so far with the Mandalorian and the Bad Batch, things are looking good for Disney right now.
Bad Batch, baby.
That's actually another episode we have to do about the Bad Batch because that was a beautiful series and I had a lot of fun watching that.
Echo, Hunter, Wrecker, Tech.
But all right, man. Before we move on to anime, do you have anything else you want to add about Marvel or the comic book world?
Wrecker, I'm just playing. As far as the comic book world, I saw the trailer to Titans season 3, and I see that they're pushing the Red Hood story. So I'm very excited for that. I saw that too. 1. It looks badass. I loved Doom Patrol. I loved most of season 2 of Titans. I didn't like how they played out my girl Wonder Girl, but whatever. Terrible writing, but whatever. I still love the series. Season 3 looks lit. We're going the Jason Todd route, and they're also going the Blackfire route. So I'm very excited for
Yo,
that.
when I saw that crowbar,
Mm.
oh my god, bro. I was so
Yo,
happy.
even the dude he had strung up and had the smiley look. I was like, oh, I was just like, I want to find nobody that smile like that. Like the no, this is a psychopath nearby who uses drugs to kill you. Like this is gonna be lit, and I'm excited to see the character Dick Grayson excel more. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Starfire. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Raven. Um, I love Hawk and Dove. I love Hawk. Like that, I enjoy his character. I'm more excited because I've followed a lot of these characters for a long time from animated series and stuff. So to see them do a live action Titans is what I've always wanted, and they're doing it real good. And to say, hey, season 3, because you know what, it was already a wrap when they said in the season 1 Robin quit being Robin, and then you met Jason Todd, and I was like, oh, they're already doing this. And then season
Yeah.
2 was just like Jason Todd. I was like, yo, and then they gave him a life, and he fell in love with Deathstroke's daughter, right? So like he already had his series, and Deathstroke was involved. Yo, as soon as the trailer was like, yo, we're doing Red Hood, and I was like, yeah, it fits. You already gave the kid an entire season and a season before to introduce him. He needs to be Red Hood now. I wonder, is it going to be Ra's al Ghul? Yeah, are they going to go the Ra's al Ghul route? Are they going to go like somebody else so they can introduce? Because it's a television series, so they can do their own. But remember, this Titans show is a part of the big war they had on the CW series, where they had the clash of everything, where everybody was fighting for like Earth Prime and everything like that, where the Flash and everybody was traveling over. They did a scene from Titans seeing the worlds cross over, where they did like people from the Batman, Tim Burton movies and stuff like this. Like the Titans are a part of that, so I would like somewhere in a crack where like there'll be a Barry or something just flashing around, because they've already done the multi timeline in the Flash
I'm
series.
sure we'll see that in the Flash movie.
The Crisis series. That's what it is. Time Crisis. So I want to see if they'll do that, because they did show the Hawk and Jason Todd were the ones who were a part of like, oh, these are all the things we're going to show from everything before Ezra Miller met the kid Flash from the show. Like they showed the Titans and they could see the barriers breaking and the timeline or whatever the hell it was. So shout out to DC. They're gonna go Titans going the route. I'm excited to see that. Shout out to DC again for all these little back screenshots I've been seeing of the Flashpoint movie coming.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I'm saying. I think we'll see something with Titans in the Flash movie.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm really excited to see all this like really coming forward, and Ben Affleck, possibly making a return. Michael Keaton has been seen in scenes. They're gonna have a Supergirl in the movie. It's going to be lit, and if it's anything like what Snyder just did,
I will say this: Ezra Miller is my favorite DC actor from everything I've seen, and a lot of people gave Ezra a lot of shit because everybody loved the TV Barry Allen. But I think Ezra did an amazing job in both the original Justice League and the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut made me love him even more.
Yeah, I went to the first Justice League movie. That was the Joss Whedon one, and I went, and there was a group of Pokemon players I knew, and we all watched everything, The Flash, all this stuff. So we were excited to see this movie. We saw the movie, we got out. I was like, "What'd you think?" And he goes, "Not my Flash." And I go, "Why?" He goes, "The stupid, goofy way he runs, the way he did it." I was like, "Bro, Ezra Miller did a great job." Yeah. I was excited to see him portray Barry Allen, and I thought he was funny, quirky, and he did a great job. So like I was with him the whole way, even though the movie was terrible. So like
a lot of the cartoon Barry Allen, he's a cocky, confident, funny fuck.
Yeah.
And I can see Ezra Miller, he's still a kid. I can see him becoming that ladies man who's funny as fuck. And you even saw that in the movie, when he was hitting on the girl and he went to go save somebody. That was pretty funny. Yeah. I thought he did an amazing job.
Even Wally West in the cartoon was like that, because in the Justice League cartoon with Jon Stewart and like Martian Manhunter and all of them, that Flash isn't Barry Allen. That's Wally West.
Yeah.
So that's Kid Flash grown up as the Flash. So like a lot of people, I'd be like, oh, that's I thought that was pretty dope. But I digress. DC is still trying to do what they do best. I mean, I hear a lot of good things about the Lois and Clark show, Lois and Superman show. So I hope they keep doing that thing.
I will say I'm most excited about Aquaman too, because Jason Momoa is my guy. And you know, with the whole Amber Heard maybe being recasted by Emilia Clarke, you know, and getting, you know, Khal Drogo back with Khaleesi, Under the Sea. I just like the hype is real for that. So I'm very excited.
I don't want that. Just let Amber Heard finish her movie. She's about to lose.
Hey man, if my man Johnny Depp can't act, she can't act. That's that. That's all I'm gonna say on it.
Johnny Depp can't act. He's Jack Sparrow. That's all he. It's all he's ever been is Jack Sparrow. He's played great characters. Like I said, he's played great characters, but they have all eventually just been Jack Sparrow.
You need to go sit down and watch Sweeney Todd, my friend. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a fucking play.
No. Don't get me wrong. Because the Sweeney Todd movie, what was the one where he played the vampire amongst like the like 70s?
Into the Shadows or something like that.
That movie was pretty funny in its own ways. So
I only watched that movie when I was extremely shit-faced, so I don't even remember that. I just remember the title.
Well, even when he plays Mad Hatter. Even when he plays Mad Hatter and Alice, I was just like, damn, dude. But then I was just like, it's just different forms of the same character for me sometimes. But,
all right, we're getting sidetracked. Yeah, we're going to end the movie talk. We're going to go into the world we love the most.
Anime!
Go right into anime. And we're going to pick up, leaving off where we talked in one of our past episodes, you know, where we were talking about how hyped we were for Record of Ragnarok. Yeah, and I can't believe it's been this long since we talked about it, because Record of Ragnarok premiered June 16th. And it's just been that long since we talked anime. And we're going to jump right into it, man. What were your thoughts on Record of Ragnarok? I have the results right in front of me. I know all the names of everybody who fought when. I know what's coming up. What was your favorite fight? Who were you surprised won? Who were you surprised lost? Who are you expecting to see in future fights? Well, let me hear it, man.
All right, so we're going to go right into this goddamn thing, because I, too, now have the list opened up. And I will say... All
right, so let's just go right into round one then. Round one,
human versus God.
You have Thor versus Lubu, man.
Yo, Lubu. Yo, bro. He was just like, what's his name from Fire Force, who has everybody screaming in the background. Walk! Well, like, he had the whole drums. He had the whole anthem going.
Oh, Sharon?
Bro. Yo, yeah. He was just like him, but he didn't even do nothing. He just let them talk. He had the dude who was leading the orchestra, leading the bands, dude screaming and stuff. I was like, yo, that man, that was the hype man. Like that whole crowd. And then he had his homeboys sitting in the bottom drinking, chilling. Like they would be like, yeah, man, this is what we do. And they were telling the story of him and how they tried to say he begged for his life at the end, and they were just like, "Nah, he begged you to end his life. He was done living. He's tired of it."
Yeah, he had nothing to fight for. Nothing to fight for.
But I will say, him versus Thor, and then Thor turning into that crazy, smiling, like psychopathic demon.
He was able to have fun,
bro. When what is it, Mjolnir? How do you pronounce it? Mjolnir.
The hammer. Just call it the hammer.
Yo, when it woke up,
yeah,
and it started heartbeating, I was like, oh my God. And then Thor, when he would reach all the way back and then just stop, and then he was like, damn. I was like, yo, bro. He would just swing that damn thing, bro. So him and Lubu's fight was dope, because they explained like the Valkyries with the weapons and stuff, and I was like, that's a dope concept. But
yeah, the fact that they had Valkyries come down and be the weapons for the humans, I thought that was amazing, because it was the weapon of their choice.
Yeah.
And it was just super powered. That way it was even. And I thought that was pretty cool, because I was very curious, like, how are regular civilians gonna fight gods? Even if they are some of the greatest civilians we've ever seen, they're still just human. And what they did with Lubu and his blade against Thor, I thought that was amazing.
Horse, bro. See, this is why I'm enjoying Red Dead Redemption right now, because when Lubu's horse got up and said, "Hold on, homie, this fight ain't over," feel me? And that's when I hear like Tony Baker in the background before saying "cram," because the horse started kicking like. He was just like, nah, man, you just killed my boy, bro. We about to square up. And then Thor was just like, I feel you, noble steed, but your man's gone. Walk.
Yeah, I knew from the beginning that no matter what Lu Bu had going on, even when the horse showed up, it did not matter. You were not taking out Thor. I knew Thor was going to win.
He broke both his legs, and he still stood up. For a cartoon, this dude standing up on broken legs. I was like, oh, I'm cringing, bro. Like, this ain't even real. And I'm like, this. I don't want to. But when that horse stood up, and then Thor was like, yo, walk, homie, walk. And then the whole army said, nah, B, we with you, homie. I was like,
yeah, they all went out with him, legit.
I ain't never seen a horse straight up was just like, nah, B, yo, everybody, yo, come on, clear out the stands. We're going to jump this dude. And like, they all came out, and Thor said, I bet, hammer down. And I just thought that was... I was lit for the first fight, and I didn't think it was going to be that lit until they were like, yo, it's Thor. And I was like, all right, word. And I didn't know that was Odin sitting up there with the crows.
Yes, yeah.
Which is dope, because we'll get back into when Loki shows up and all that shit. But I didn't know the whole time that was Odin, but it was dope seeing Zeus be a pervy old man. But at the same time, when that Valkyrie went in and talked all the shit to the gods, and then she was just like, they can't resist being locked. And they were all like, yo.
Yes, the lady who is picking all of the people from society to fight for the humans, she has it out for them. And I love everything about her. She's one of my favorite anime characters because she's just so real about it. She's like, nah, fuck these guys, bro. Like, because she's half human.
Her whole reason to get them amped, she was just like, oh, y'all are just chickens. And I was just like, yo, that was a weak delivery. But then she walked away and she goes, it don't matter if it was weak. They can't resist ever. Because she's like, they're so immature. They don't play with getting teased. And then you just see them in the room like, yo, I'll fuck somebody up right now.
Yeah, you can see all the eyes light up, and you can see the words just fucking glow. Like people were like, what did this bitch just say?
I'll fuck somebody up right now. Right now, you do something, I'll do something. You want to do something? Like it was lit how she got them so amped from just a simple tease. So Lubo versus Thor was amazing. I thought that was probably my favorite fight.
Really?
I'm just because remember they only did 3 fights. We only got 3 fights, which I felt we were robbed for that. So let's jump into the second fight.
Fight we have Zeus versus Adam. And I'm not gonna lie, I was completely caught off guard when I saw Zeus wanting to fight. He was so mad about what happened in the first fight and everything that was going on and he stopped the Hindu god. He's like, nah, I'm going.
Chill, sit down. Bet. And then like,
I'm so
I'll
excited
fight you right here. And
fight.
he was just like, nah, you're gonna fight me right here. Hermes, let him know.
When they announced that Adam was the first fight, and then they explained it like, he was the first human built in God's image, so he is strong. And then you saw the wife, and you saw the kids, and then you found out why he really was sent down and kicked out of paradise. And I just thought that was crazy, but I also loved how they told the story.
He unlocked his fucking Mangekyou Sharingan.
The way his abilities work, because remember, he mimics the gods because he was the first one built in.
It was a Sharingan.
Yeah, 100% it was a Sharingan, and I thought that was so dope. And we had to see Zeus power up like 3 fucking times to fully take out Adam, and get that dub.
That crazy body Zeus made himself into in the end, though, that was lit.
Yeah, that was insane. And then then you learn how Zeus became the all powerful god. You found out that he had to take out his own dad.
His dad. The story, we need to. They really need to, if not Hollywood, or we got to find something that's on it. But I really want to elaborate into the story of Kronos and like Zeus and them and like the Titans and like get that stuff down. All the stuff that they have out for it now is not good enough for me. I need better shit or stuff I haven't heard of.
So I mean, like, if anything, the closest thing I could say is American Gods.
Yeah, you know what? I've only seen season 1 and 2 of American Gods.
You should definitely watch that because I know another season's coming soon, and like I got my girl to watch that with me, and we love that show. But even then, there's still nothing but questions to be asked. So
I love that show.
But going back into it, I was actually really disappointed with Zeus versus Adam. I thought it was really cool with the abilities, but I thought that was gonna. I was very underwhelmed, especially since the chick who was picking for us, she kept saying, "Oh, I didn't think we were gonna see him till the very end. I'm surprised we're seeing him right now." And then she really thought Adam was gonna win, but obviously it's Zeus. Thor, Zeus. I don't expect these guys to lose. And then fight number 3, you have Poseidon versus Kojiro Sasuke. And this was my favorite fight because, Afro Samurai, I'm all about the way of the sword. And they called this man the greatest loser. And Poseidon is known as Zeus's little brother and also the strongest of all the gods against the greatest loser. But when they broke down his story and they said why he loses, he goes and fights people for one time. And then he just fights them in his mind over and over again until he gets the win. And people already knew as soon as he took a step, you already lost, bro. And I thought that was so cool that Nobu and all these other samurai that we've learned about in history are in the crowd. Like, he's achieved greatness. Like, just with one swipe of the sword, and he calmed down all the waters from Poseidon. Everybody was about to cry with joy because he achieved greatness, and they all knew that with just one swipe of the sword, bro. And I got so emotional watching that fight. Being a Pisces, I know you're a Pisces too. Poseidon is my god, bro. I was like, there's no way they're gonna let this dude beat Poseidon, and that's exactly what happened. And it was fucking amazing.
But I'm happy it was a samurai who literally was like the samurai Naruto, who just like, but he had his own thing where he placed scenarios of how he would fight people in different ways, and he just kept training and losing and just got better every single time. I loved it. It was dope.
Yeah, the storytelling was so good. And I'm so excited. Unfortunately, it has not been renewed for season 2 as of yet. But I will say that when it did drop, it was on the top 10 list in multiple countries around the world, and not just in anime, and just top 10 for shows in general. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Unfortunately, there's other shows that were number 1 that got canceled and not renewed. So we'll see what happens. I know. Netflix is doing big things with anime, so I don't see them not renewing this, especially since, like you said earlier, we only got 3 fights, and it's supposed to be the best out of 12. So there's still a lot to go. And it ended with a huge cliffhanger. We have Hercules versus Jack the Ripper, one of the most notorious serial killers of all time. And I was kind of shocked when I saw it was Jack the Ripper versus Hercules. And I'm not going to lie, right now the gods are leading 2-1. I do see Jack the Ripper, just off speculation. I've not read anything. I've not seen anything. I do think Jack the Ripper will tie it back up at 2-2.
I wonder what his Valkyrie will be.
What do you mean, bro? It's going to be those hatchets, bro, or some blades, something crazy. He'll probably have some claws or something.
I just went through the rest of the list, but I think I only seen the real people. I haven't seen the rest of the gods.
So I will say, I do have spoilers for the show. After round 4 with Hercules versus Jack the Ripper, I did see that round 5 will be Raiden versus Shiva.
Ooh.
So I think that's going to be badass. And then in round 6, we have Buddha versus Zero Fuku. I don't know who Zero Fuku is. I do know who Raiden and Shiva is, so I think that's going to be a fucking crazy fight. But seeing Buddha fight, that's I don't even know what to say to that. I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out. But I'm also very excited because, that's only 6. That's only half of the rounds. And so just speculating, man, what gods do you think we're going to see for the last 6 rounds? Do you think we'll see Loki fight? Do you think we'll see Odin fight?
Well, I think we'll see Odin fight. I would think we'll see Aphrodite, the one has the statues holding her boobs.
Yeah.
I think we'll see her get in the ring. I think we'll see Hindu get in there too. But they when they do things like bring out Hercules and Thor, like they leave and Poseidon, they leave way too many, like say they want to bring Apollo, or they want to bring Hades out, like Hades is already there. Or was it Ares? Ares is up there.
Ares is up there. I do think we'll see Ares fight at some point, especially if Hercules loses to Jack the Ripper.
I'd be interested to see Apollo pop.
I do want to see Lucifer fight.
Yes, let's get some devil gods.
Yeah, I do think we'll see him fight at some point.
Let's get Lucy. Let's get Michael. Let's get bring Abraham in this bitch. Sam, let's bring Sam and Dean Winchester into this shit.
Yeah, no. Imagine they bring out Sam and Dean Winchester.
They come out of nowhere. Oh, what are we doing here, Sam? Wrong turn.
Yo, bro,
carry on my wayward.
I would be pretty hyped up, and
the journey
I know
so
that the
far.
anime world
Ragnarok.
will go nuts if that happens.
Dude, the fandom. Oh,
that's funny, dude.
Don't you cry no more.
You see baby drive into the stadium. You see Sam and Dean pop out.
Oh my god.
That would be the Sam and Dean versus Lucifer. That would be pretty fucking. Or Crowley's Lucifer.
Crowley, and Cass just coming there. Cass.
All right, man. Based off what you've seen for season 1 of Record of Ragnarok, are you gonna give it a pass or a play? Did you love it? Did you like it? Are you excited for season 2, or could you do without a season 2?
No, I'd like a season 2 because I sat through the season 1 and I saw Zeus do what he did, and I'm wondering if there's anybody else who can do well, not what he did, but I'm like I said, I want to see Odin fight. I want to see everybody else get their time in. So yeah, I'll give it a play. I'm excited to see if somebody come in here and finish production so we can get this next season out, finish this tournament.
So based off what you've seen so far, and mind you, we've already seen some of the most powerful gods we know of, Poseidon, Zeus, Thor, and we know Hercules is coming up, Buddha is coming up. Do you see humanity winning in this series, or do you think the gods have it locked up?
No, you know what? I don't see humanity winning because I feel like it'd be a stronger message to the gods to keep them around because of what they're doing now, like what Adam did against Zeus. That gave all the people stood up in the end. It's like what Goku did to the gods when he started screaming the first time against Jiren. Like he made them stand. Like those figures give them hope and make them stronger. So the gods are going to see. I think the gods are going to see that by the end, and they're going to notice. Because remember, they eradicate all civilization and just make a new one. So, like they're going to see that it's going to pique their interest, or gods are going to turn on each other. But remember, you saw what was it, Hermes, who was up in cahoots with Valkyrie. So he's doing whatever he wants to do. He's probably interested in humans staying alive. So it's just like it's going to be interesting to see. Because I think the humans won't win. They'll kick ass. And you know what? They could win. Like, I'm not the writer of the story, but I just think that it would mean more if they lost. In the way they keep losing in these monumental, gorgeous fights, and then the gods are just going to be like, well, this is when we usually destroy you. But now, you know what? I want to see you guys train for another year. Let's bring everybody back or whatever.
Yeah, that would be dope because there's so many gods
train
out
again, and we'll do another fight with different monumental people of history or whatever of these stories of history. So it'd be nice to see something like that,
Yeah, because it's based off what we've seen so far from the gods. Like one god I would love to see fight is Son Goku.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah,
I would love to see that. And just based off what I've seen so far, I don't think we'll see him.
Smite. Just open Smite and pick like handful of them and throw them into this. You can put anybody into this, dude. That's what's exciting about it. I want a Nine Tails. Let me get a Kurama in there. Legit, dude. It's like, come on, Succubus Kurama. Let's go. But yeah.
All right, man. Continuing the anime talk, I'm just curious to know what anime are you watching right now? What is going on your queue? Let's hear it.
My queue right now, I just finished season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'm so happy to finally hear that, buddy.
Finally.
Great fucking show.
Finally. I cannot stop playing Lost in Paradise everywhere I go, everywhere I drive, because it's just hot. I actually have, I'm looking at the sweatshirt of the ending outro. Yeah. Looking at that right now. thinking about
yeah.
this. Yo,
I do know when we were playing in Smash Brothers last night, you kept sending me the GIFs.
I'm so obsessed with how the beginning intro and the outro is just amazing. But the characters in the show, the fighting, when the hip hop comes on in the background mixed with all the other music, I was just like, no, this is dope. And I enjoy the story that it brings with it. So I just finished Jujutsu. I'm strongly considering going right into the manga. I have that taken care of.
Wait, do you have a favorite fight from season 1?
Oh, my favorite fight would be. That was
my favorite fight with Toto. Just.
Oh, when he was clapping all over the place.
My best friend, though.
Yes, my best friend right there. And then he would just walk up and be like, yo, you're not folks. Smack the shit out of him. He was just like, yo, what are you doing? And then the spirit, she'd be like, are they friends? Or do they strike each other all the time? He keeps calling him his friend, but then you just slapped him for no reason. And then he was like, thanks, friend. So that was dope, but I think my first fight would be him and the teacher with the glasses versus the cursed spirit with the stitches, who's like a baby, and he did his expansion domain because they beat the shit out of him. They beat the hell out of him, and then like they beat him to death, and then his death awakened his expansion domain. So I thought that was my favorite fight scene.
I fucked with that dude because he's all about his time. As soon as his shift ended, he was like,
now I'm working overtime. Yo, that was lit. That fight was lit. He was like, I told you I'm gonna try to get out of here. And he was like, see, now I'm off the clock. Now I'm trying to get home and eat. So I'm gonna do this quick.
And that was one of the realest things I saw. And I love when characters keep it real. You know, that's why I rep the Black Bulls. Captain Yami is one of my favorite characters of all time. That dude, he kept it real from the get-go. And I just loved his character. He was one of my favorite characters in the entire series.
He straight up came in there and just, bro.
What else are you watching? I know you just caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'm watching that. I'm watching Boruto. I'm also watching. I started something that was new and it was different for me. What is it called? Trace. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like the Filipino Constantine, Constantine. Yeah.
Bro, they like the opening scene. Everybody gets off the train, and the other 3 chicks walk the other way. And then like out of nowhere, every time like it wasn't even like shadows or light twitch. Like just I don't know if there's zombies or vampires. It started popping up on the track, and the girls were like, "Yo!" And I was just like, "Yo, y'all done? Y'all show left the crowd. Y'all are done." So I'm watching that. I started. Have you the Resident Evil series that they have?
No, I have it in my queue. I have it in my queue. I have not started it.
Fam. So, yo, you save you the trouble. Like, if you want to watch it in sub, watch it in sub. But I'm just watching it in dub because it's Leon and Claire. But it's Leon doing like this all takes place.
The actual voices from the games.
Yeah, it takes place before Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, Resident Evil is something I would watch in English because I've always seen it in English. I have no problem doing that.
This takes place after 5, before 6. So this is after like Chris and Sheva, but this is before Leon and the president. But the president is with Leon, and like this is after 4. So like the series is lit, like the deception, like who's villains and who's really good, terrorist attack. I'm like, yo, it's not even about zombies no more. It's like straight up like exposing governments now, because that's what it's always been about. So you got to watch that, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. I have a lot of people watching Way of the House Husband, so that I'm doing your work.
I love Way of the House Husband. It's one of my favorite series of 2021.
I have like we get summer kids at my job, so they coming through, and a lot of weeb vibes more this year, and they all play Pokemon Go, but they all check out the podcast. They all ask about it all the time, and they always ask for recommendations. Most of them watch more anime than I have, and then I got this one kid. I was like, damn, I gotta go watch Reincarnated as a Slime. I gotta go finish that. Like,
hey man, Reincarnated as a Slime season 2 right now is fucking crazy. I know it's number 1 on anime trends. If you have not caught up on that, you should make that your priority.
I know, and also don't be mad at me. I still haven't started Castlevania.
Yeah, I know you haven't started Castlevania. You also haven't started One Piece. You're just a huge disappointment.
Wow. I mean, when you say it like that, just out, I mean, it sounds true, but we'll say that for another podcast.
All right, man. So I know you got a lot on your plate right now. I'm just gonna name 5 anime that I'm currently watching. They're all new anime, and right now they're killing it. I think these are all gonna be great animes to continue in the future. So Tokyo Revengers.
I gotta
I,
start that.
you did start that?
No, I have to start that.
So there was a lot of controversy in the beginning because there's a gang symbol
It looks like a
in the
swastika.
show, and it looks like the Nazi symbol. So I know they had to remove that from Crunchyroll and other platforms. So they no longer see that anymore. That symbol has been around for a long time. So people get the wrong idea when they see it. But I just wanted to say that Tokyo Revengers is a great show. I know a lot of people who have that mindset of like, oh, if it's racist, fuck that, I'm not giving it a chance. Definitely watch it. It's a great fucking show, and the storytelling is amazing. Besides that, there's another new show called 86. I have nothing but great things to say about that. I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to give spoilers because I know you haven't seen this stuff. But 86 is another good one. Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi follows a character who is just going some mental problems. There you go. 86, great show. Odd Taxi is a very, very weird show. I want to call it a slice of life, but at the same time, it's not. It's like a drama / thriller where the main character has a lot going on mentally to where you see through his eyes, and everybody in the world is pretty much an animal. He himself is a walrus. Yep. There you go. I don't want to give any spoilers about Odd Taxi, but I think you will enjoy it, especially how it ends. And the way it ends, we could possibly get a season 2, and I would be so excited to see what happens in season 2 because season 1 was so fucking wild, and I enjoyed every episode. There's another episode called Vivi, Florentine's Eye Song. It's another one, a lot of action. She has a little character that comes along with her, like kind of like Natsu had with Happy. That's all I'm gonna say. It's called Vivy, like Vivy. Fluorite's Eye Song. It's very entertaining. It's another really good one. Spring of 2021 has had a lot of great anime so far. To end it, the number one anime I think so far for the spring is a 2 Year Eternity. That one's very deep. The main character is amazing. If I could compare it to anything, but I also at the same time I can't compare it to anything, I would have to compare it to like that time I was reincarnated as a slime, to where the main character is just on another level. Rimuru is amazing. To Your Eternity, you're gonna just fall in love with the character, and that dynamic they grow. It's a beautiful thing. Besides that, the one that won anime of the spring so far is actually Fruits Basket's final season. And I was telling you at the beginning of the show, it follows the 13 zodiacs. And I know a lot of people say it's only 12 zodiacs, but there is a cat that just doesn't get a lot of love. It is a real thing in the world of Japan. You should definitely check it out. It is a slice of life anime to where it is real world problems, but it follows the Soma family and all the zodiacs, and you get to actually see these people become the zodiacs, and all their problems come to life, and it falls around this one girl who's right in the middle of it all. It's a beautiful story, great characters, and I've enjoyed every episode of that. I wouldn't be surprised if it won anime of the year. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, that's it for me and my recommendation so far. I do know there's a lot more new anime that's going to drop in the summer and into the fall and the winter, and we'll go over all those as they come. My biggest disappointment for 2021 so far is probably going to be The Promised Neverland season 2. Won't say anything about what happened, but that's my biggest disappointment of the year so far, 100%. Because season 1 was so fucking good, but season 2 just didn't cut it for me. You got anything that you like to add, man?
What I wanted to say earlier on John, he's playing Kang.
Jonathan Majors.
All right. I'm very excited to I want to just dive back in that real quick where he's going to be playing Kang. If people had seen him in Lovecraft Country, there's a certain scene where it is a flashback for him when he was in the war, and they ordered him to shoot someone.
Yeah.
And damn, you see the darkness in his character at that moment. So I think that's what I'm most excited to get from him from Kang, is that is like his quick, his cold demeanor he gives off for execution. So like I'm really hoping he brings that vibe back after I saw what he did like in those scenes from Lovecraft Country. I just wanted to get back to that.
He's such a diverse actor, and like I don't know if you've seen the movie Split. Have you seen Split?
Is that the one with like those kids in California?
No. It's the one like you see Mr. Glass with Samuel L. Jackson, and there's the dude Split. James McAvoy, he was in Wanted.
Yeah.
So James McAvoy, he does Split, where he's basically a villain, where he has split personalities.
Yeah, I know. I've seen. I follow the franchise. Yeah.
Jonathan Majors is like I think he's an actor like he could be like James McAvoy and give an outstanding performance to where we're gonna get to see so many different variants in the future. Loki movie and Ant-Man and Doctor Strange and so many other projects to come. I think we're gonna see so many different King the Conquerors or Daniel Witches. We're going to see so many different diverse characters with him. I think it's going to be a beautiful thing. And I'm honestly, just like you, I'm very excited to see that, especially King the Conqueror, like the dark side of what he's able to show, because he did such a good job in Lovecraft Country. And I'm happy Disney smacked him up and grabbed him as soon as possible because HBO fucked up by ending that show. And who knows? Maybe we'll get Regina King from Watchmen too. Maybe we'll see her do something, because she did a great job in Watchmen as well. I don't know what's up with HBO, but if they're going to keep fucking up, Disney can grab them up, Marvel can grab them up, and I'd be more than happy to see them on the big screen, 100%.
And my final note, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I had the honor yesterday of seeing Fast 9.
I have not seen Fast 9 yet. Did you enjoy it? Was it good? Was it worth it?
You know what? I kind of wish I saw it in theaters. I mean, it's outrageous. It's nice to see old characters. It was nice to see the love. It was nice to see family. But damn, like Tyrese, I'm gonna say I've been saying it for fucking 10 years and maybe more since Too Fast, Too Furious. So at this point, all these Fast and the Furious movies, they need to give Tyrese his own goddamn movie. I'm getting tired of this. I've been saying it since Too Fast, Too Furious. I've been saying it should be him and Luda. They should have their own movie. It would have been comedy. But now I'm starting to feel like every goddamn Fast and the Furious now, after Paul Walker's gone, is Tyrese and Luda's movies. So I was just like, yo, bro, they need more. And I think it needs to just be them. But once again, this movie gives you their dynamic again of the, yes, they are funny as hell together. They need to have their own movie together. So I enjoyed it. It was, like I said, it was nice to see what they did, but it's a Fast and the Furious movie. It's outrageous shit, but family. But I did like the ending. I did enjoy the movie. So and it was crazy. It's on sale on Amazon Prime.
So I will say this. I did not see that, but I did just recently watch A Quiet Place 2.
Tell me what you think. I haven't seen it yet. Tell me what you think.
It was different, and I was very curious to see where they were going to go with it, because, John Krasinski's character passed away in the first one, and, I know there's going to be some flashbacks, and then, showing what's going on afterwards, especially, that the baby's been born and, they have to walk around. It's very scary in a sense of, family, that's the word we're going to use right now. You have a baby that you can't let make any noise. And then you have to, now that your home is destroyed, you have to venture off and go find a new home.
She has one kid who's impaired in hearing too. Like
exactly. And now that they know how to stop him, because you see that at the beginning, at the end of the first movie, now you get to see how they use that to help other people or try to stop this problem. So it was a very good movie. Cillian Murphy is one of my favorite actors, Peaky Blinders. I forget the horror movie.
Is he Scarecrow?
He is Scarecrow.
Oh, so that was him.
Okay. Yeah, that's Cillian Murphy. He is also in damn, what was the horror movie? Is like 20 Days Later.
Oh yeah, 28 days later. He was the
28
first. He
days
was the
later.
first. He was in the
That's one
first
of my
one.
favorite
I
horror
love
movies
that
because it
movie.
was so
I love that
different
movie.
where he just
Yeah.
wakes up and then you just follow him around. It was a beautiful story.
He
The
was the
sequel was
first.
terrible.
He was the first Rick Grimes.
Yes, yes.
He was the first
Um,
Rick Grimes.
and just seeing him on the big screen again made me very happy because I thought that he did a great job opposite of Emily Blunt, and then once again with her kids, and it was just sad. It was a sad movie, and they showed you how it started and like how everything's like fell apart, and you got to see how the humans really became because they were very sheltered in the first one, where you only saw a couple people.
Yeah.
To where this one you see a lot more people and you get to see actually what's happened to them since it all started. And it's a dark, fucked up world. And I think A Quiet Place can continue on. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a third one, but I wouldn't be also surprised if the second one was the last one. But I will give A Quiet Place 2 a play, and I do recommend it for sure.
All right, nice. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
All right, man. It's been a great show. We'll pick this up again next week.
Let's do it.
All right, man. Peace.
Be safe.